Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about FUELCELL stock, ticker symbol FCEL. This is a position that I've been holding for a very long time. I got some long-term shares with this company at around $10 flat or near this price action right here. So I want to show you why I actually got in on that trade, when I'm holding my shares till, and I want to discuss whether or not this is still a good investment at $15, guys. So basically today, the news that came out was that Plug Power made a $1.5 billion deal with a South Korean power company. And that's this article right here, guys. You can see that a lot of stocks actually jumped today. There was a lot of hydrogen powered fuel cell system stocks that saw a lot of hype today. So guys, that industry was absolutely booming. We saw Fuel Cell, Bloom Energy, and Plug Power all soar around 10 to 30%. So guys, that is an absolutely huge move on these stocks, especially a company like Fuel Cell that is only worth around $10, moving to 15. Well, that is a really big jump. So guys, I want to show you what I'm watching coming into the future here with these companies and why I think that Fuel Cell is going to be able to continue becoming bigger and bigger in the long run here, guys. So like I said, I've been holding my shares since $10, and I haven't talked about this stock really here on the channel, but I have mentioned them multiple times in the Discord as one of my favorite positions to hold long term. And for that reason, I am holding 100 shares, guys, since around 2 months ago. So one of the main reasons why I got in at that time was that there was news of an Apple car. Now you can see that the news made the stock run up like crazy all the way to around $13, where we started to experience some consolidation here. And that's when I really started to realize that this stock was going to rocket over the next few days. And the plug news was exactly what this stock needed to really break up with some energy out of this wedge, out of this cone that we identified here. And as you can see, the stock is sitting very high at around $15. And on the lower time frames, the 5-minute, the 10-minute, and the 30-minute, this stock is showing a lot of strength to the upside and a lot of power to continue running into tomorrow, guys. So I have a lot of hype with this stock tomorrow. I think that they can continue running potentially to $20. Like I've explained in the past in the Discord, my price target for this stock is anywhere between $20 and $30. So ultimately, I will be cashing out some of my position, some of my long-term shares. If this stock does reach $25 and starts to lose strength or really look like it might pull back, then I will potentially look to leave some of the position when I want to and then come back in later if the price does become cheaper. Now, that's not to say I'm going to leave all 100 of my shares, guys, but I will at least take off 20 or 30 off the table and take that profit and make sure I keep it secure in my account and not risking maybe a pullback or anything of the sort, guys. So at some point, you have to realize that the risk to reward is not very good. Even though at $9, the risk to reward was absolutely great, we're now sitting at 15, and it's starting to look like the company is starting to reach its ceiling price, or at least what I personally saw as a long-term price target, guys. So for that reason, even if the stock is going up right now, I'm still wary of the fact that my price target when I originally jumped in was $20 to $30. So this is not the time to get greedy. This is not the time to reevaluate my analysis as a trader. This is the time to be confident in what I've already decided in the past. And if it was my original analysis that this stock was worth $20 and not much has changed between then and now, then there's no reason for me to go ahead and change my thinking or potentially put myself in a situation where I could lose money just because I'm trading with what's happening in the chart and I'm not thinking about what's happening in the background or the previous analysis that I've done on the stock, guys. So for that reason, I recommend you guys to stick with whatever you originally are doing with this stock. If you did pick this up in the Discord, when I mentioned them around $10, make sure you just keep holding. And like I said, take some profits when this stock does stop running sometime later this week, as this plug news is going to be finite. Obviously, this is not going to make the stock run to $100 or even $40, but at the very least, I can see a short-term target of $20 with this stock. And like I said, we just had a very great breakout here, which is showing that there is a lot of volume with this industry and with this sector right now on the stock market. Now, one of the main reasons why I was actually looking at this play, like I said, was because of the Apple car. Now, I don't think that this company is going to produce anything related to vehicles, but the main reason why it is tied in with EV is that electric vehicles need electricity to run. So obviously these companies that produce electricity or produce hydrogen-based electricity, etc., are going to be profiting from the fact that these EVs are becoming more prominent. And as we see states in the US like California and other states around the country start to really force people to move towards EVs and potentially even do a ban on gas cars, I feel like these stocks that are potentially looking to focus on renewable energies, even Sunrun and other companies that I've mentioned in the past, like Plug as well, are having their golden moment and are going to start rocketing off here over the next few days. So my best recommendation is, if you are not in on this company, FUELCELL or Plug, or even the other one, Bloom, make sure you're in on at least one of them, guys. But FUELCELL is going to be my favorite one here because I think that they have the most potential to continue increasing their revenue and potentially lead themselves towards profitability, which would ultimately be another great thing for this stock coming into earnings, guys. So there's a lot of potential upside to this stock in the future. I think that $15 right now is a high price, but with the hype around this sector on the stock market, I could see this play easily running to $20. But like I said, guys, I wouldn't count on it, as my original analysis with this play was that the stock was going to reach between $20 and $30 by the end of 2021. So we want to be careful that this stock does not go too hard too fast, because it could be a classic situation where flying too close to the sun could get you burnt. So that's the reason why I'm not adding any more extra shares at $15, because I usually would be looking to add to a play with as much upside potential as FUELCELL. But like I said, my original analysis was between $20 and $30. So I'm being more cautious with this play, and I'd rather hold my full shares than potentially add more risk. And like I said, I'm looking to take out at least 35 shares when the stock does hit around $25. If that is in the short run or in the long run, that is of no matter to me, because like I said, this is a long-term play. I'm not looking to trade the daily fluctuations with this play. I'm just looking to buy and hold and really trade off fundamental analysis and the solidness of a company below the surface. So this has nothing to do with price action. When I jumped in at $10, I was simply buying and holding for the long term. And if this stock went from $10 to $1 in the next day, I knew that at the very least I could take that risk. So even if you are buying a stock to buy and hold, you have to realize that there are many risks associated with holding these stocks, and there's nobody guaranteeing you that these companies are going to go up in the long run. So that's why it's so important to do your DD and get into an industry with potential to rocket to the upside, like what we've seen here with FUELCELL, Plug, Bloom, etc. And like I say, guys, I think this industry will continue growing into the future, especially into 2030, 2040, which is when these electric cars are going to be basically the bread and butter of modern transportation. So there's a big reason why these companies can continue rocketing. They are in a negative revenue cycle here. A lot of them are not producing any profits, but fortunately FUELCELL is working towards that profitability. And with these type of deals happening in FUELCELL's backyard, South Korea, which they do also have operations in South Korea along with Plug Power, then this is obviously going to be showing a lot of upside for FUELCELL and a lot of potential for them to also secure a deal and get closer to that profitability. Like I said, that is the ultimate goal of any company, to become profitable. So if the company can reach that mark, I feel like that could push my valuation from $20 to $30 to maybe even 40 plus. So that's going to be basically the main thing that I see holding this stock back. But in the short run, guys, I'm very bullish after seeing this trade that happened with Plug. After seeing the amount of hype and the amount of volume that entered that stock, I think that any good news towards FUELCELL can cause this reaction with this stock and even Bloom. So I would keep a very close eye out with those plays, guys. If you are interested in buying a stock for the long term, I still see some great opportunity here with FUELCELL, but I would wait for a pullback, guys. Like I said, I don't see them breaking 20 anytime soon. If they do, I will be happily surprised. But if they don't, then I would look to wait for a pullback and then buy in the next time this stock is near to 14 or back at 13 or whatever it may be, as this is a long-term play. And I don't expect them to rocket up to $100 in the next week, guys. So you have to understand that it's a different logic with these type of plays than a lot of the other breakout plays or instant winners that we do have here on the channel, guys. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. You've been showing me a ton of love over the last few days, so I really appreciate that. We are now over 1,600 subscribers, or very close to it, guys. So thank you so much for that. And as always, I hope all your trades are in the green.